So you want to earn a spot on the list of the world's top 2% of scientists? I mean, that's one of the biggest honors you can get in the scientific community. Well, you're in the right place because today we're breaking down the strategic guide that can help you get there.
If you're an ambitious researcher, this is probably the question, right? How do you actually get your work recognized among the most impactful scientists on the entire planet? It definitely sounds like a huge mountain to climb, but trust me, with the right strategy, it's a goal you can actually achieve.
And let's be clear, this is a very exclusive club. Getting on this list, it's a total game changer for your career. It's a signal to everyone that your work has real influence and that you're making a major contribution. It's an incredibly powerful metric. Okay, so first things first, let's really unpack what this ranking actually means. What is this list, and why does it carry so much weight in the scientific world?
So this list, which is a huge deal by the way, is put together by researchers over at Stanford University. And its main purpose is pretty simple, to find out which scientists are being cited the most by their peers. That makes it a really powerful global way to measure scientific impact. All right, to really get what makes this list so special, we've got to look under the hood at the engine that makes it run. Let's dive into the methodology and the specific metrics that decide who gets in. And what's just incredible here is the sheer scale and rigor of it all. They use this massive database called Scopus, and they analyze over 100,000 scientists across 22 different fields. And look, it's not just some simple number. They use a whole combination of citation indicators to look at your impact over your entire career and just in a single year. That's what gives it so much credibility.
Now, a huge piece of this puzzle is something called the C-score. Think of it like a super smart citation counter. It doesn't just count how many times you've been cited. It also looks at where your name is on the paper, giving more weight to lead authors. It's all designed to focus on one thing, the actual impact of your work.
Okay, so now we know what the ranking is. Let's get to the good stuff, the actionable part. Here is a 5-step strategic roadmap to guide you on your path to the top. So here they are, the 5 big pillars of the strategy. Write consistently, publish solo, collaborate globally, share your data, and promote your work. We're going to break down every single one.
First up, and this one is the bedrock of everything else, consistency. I mean, think about it. In a world with a constant flood of new information, you've got to stay visible. You just can't afford to have long gaps in your publication record. So, aiming for a steady rhythm, maybe 1 or 2 high-quality papers every year, keeps your name and your ideas out there in the conversation.
Okay, next up, we've got 2 powerful paths that might seem different, but they actually work together beautifully. Step 2 is publishing solo. This is so important for showing off your unique voice and your ability to lead intellectually. It really carves out your own space and gives your individual C-score a direct boost. Then you've got step 3, collaborating internationally. This is like an impact multiplier. Working with teams around the world opens you up to new ideas, gives you access to more resources and data, and guess what? It almost always leads to papers that get cited way more. The secret isn't choosing one or the other, it's about balancing both.
All right, let's talk about our final 2 strategies. And these are all about making sure that the brilliant work you're doing actually gets seen. It's not enough to just publish it. You have to make sure your research finds its people. Step 4 is an absolute powerhouse in today's research world, embracing open science. Making your data and your articles open access isn't just a nice thing to do, it's a brilliant strategic move. When other scientists can easily find, use, and build on your work, you're basically making it more valuable and way more likely to be cited.
And look, this isn't some abstract idea. We're talking about using real-deal platforms like Zenodo, IEEE Dataport, or Elsevier's Data in Brief to get your data sets out there. When you do that, your research goes from being just a static paper to a dynamic tool that the whole community can use. That makes it incredibly valuable and citable.
And that brings us to our final step, number 5. You've got to be the biggest cheerleader for your own work. Visibility is everything. In today's crowded academic world, you can't just cross your fingers and hope people stumble upon your research. You have to actively, strategically make it easy for them to find. So what does that look like in practice? Well, here are the key channels. Get active on social media and join the conversation in your field. Write blog posts that break down your complex findings for people who aren't experts. And of course, present at conferences to meet your peers, get that crucial feedback, and spark new ideas for collaboration.
Okay, so we've walked through the whole roadmap, right? We've got the tactics, but let's just pause for a second and think about the real goal here, beyond just the numbers.
This quote just nails it. It really shows that there's no magic trick, no single silver bullet. To get on that list, you need this whole combination of consistent hard work, smart publishing, building a global network, and getting your work out there. Every single piece supports the others.
And that really leads us to the final big picture question. The strategies we just talked about, they will absolutely help you get recognized. But you know what? They're also the exact same strategies that lead to doing science that is truly meaningful and impactful. So as you go forward, here's the question to really think about. Is your goal just to make the list? Or is it to make a lasting impact, and the list is just a natural result of that success?